All right, so this is not an Alienware laptop. It looks like one, but it was actually made by a company called Eluktronics. I've covered them several times on this channel, and they're normally known for devices that are cheaper and better performing than the competition. But usually when it comes to their designs, they go for these really simple designs that other companies also share, like they'll have the same chassis as other brands, but this time around, they have something that's fairly unique to their company, and it looks like an Alienware product. So when I first pulled this out of the box, I was like, the resemblance is weird, right? And as someone that covers Alienware products regularly, and I've covered them over the years, right? Seeing this was strange. It was like pulling out this mixture of old Alienware and new Alienware in one product that comes in at a much lower price point. Now, the resemblance feels purposeful. I don't know if they're going to go on their website and state that they're an Alienware competitor. I don't think they go that far, but it's clearly meant to look like an Alienware product as much as possible because those devices have a price premium. If you think of the brand, like Alienware is one of the OG gaming laptop brands, one of the OG gaming brands. They have nice looking stuff, but their stuff is expensive. And this device is easily $200, maybe even $400, depending on the configuration, cheaper than a comparable Alienware device. But in addition to having a cheaper price tag, this is a better performer. It's got a better and faster CPU, it's got better GPU performance, it's got a bigger screen. It's arguably a better gaming laptop than what Alienware has, and it does it at a cheaper price point. So, the aesthetics. This has a gray color that is more reminiscent of the older Alienware stuff and also has this back trim here. Like the trim light is the iconic Alienware design, and they've replicated it in a fashion that is like you can tell that they've gone for the look, not just with the lighting around the trim, but it's also the angle of the back of the device. It's got that like diagonal cut that Alienware does, and it's also the shroud, like this plastic shroud that they put on the exhaust area. This is just straight up Alienware, but it's only the aesthetics because when you compare it in terms of the build quality and the kind of structural strength of the device, this is a more standard build. It's not poor or anything. It feels like your standard kind of bare bones laptop, something from like Tongfeng or any of the regular Eluktronics devices. But Alienware devices are just much more tanky. Like the A panel, like the top panel has a little bit more flex to it than an Alienware device. And then the biggest difference visually is the bottom panel. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but you can tell where Alienware puts some of their money when it comes to the design aesthetics and build quality of their devices. Now where this device excels is in performance, both in CPU and GPU performance. So this is running the 5900HX, very powerful AMD CPU, but in terms of the graphics, you can configure with an RTX 3070 or an RTX 3080 at the top end. If I'm not mistaken, Alienware doesn't even offer a 3080 on their Ryzen-equipped laptops. Also, that 3070 that's on this device, the Eluktronics, gets more wattage than the Alienware device. You just get better graphics performance. On the inside, there's nothing super special going on. You have your standard set of replaceable components, but you also have a fairly beefy thermal system. The fan noise can be a little bit loud at the top end, but when you're using it for regular games, it's perfectly fine. There is one thing to note. There is no advanced Optimus in the current iteration of the system. It's built into the hardware, like the chip is there, but it just hasn't been certified yet, so it's something that could become available over time, but right now, if you purchase it, there is no advanced Optimus if you're looking for the best possible frame rates. So this screen is a 16:10 aspect ratio, so it's a little bit taller than your average gaming laptop screen at 16:9. It's high resolution, it's got great colors, it's very fast, it's excellent in games. The keyboard is more generic to me. There's nothing I really like or dislike about it. If anything that I disliked about it, it's just the turbofan button, which I'll let you know can get pretty loud. But just the color of it, like it's red and just obnoxious. I wish they'd gone for just like a regular black key. They don't need this, right? Okay, the trackpad. This is, well, there's a skin on it, which I'll peel right off. So they've put the Eluktronics Prometheus logo on it, which I'll just peel off real quick so you can see the regular color. I haven't even seen it yet. Ta-da! It's actually just gray underneath. So the trackpad is a fairly standard glass surface trackpad. So like the tracking and the clicking is as you'd expect on a device like this. The whole product feels very much Eluktronics-like, right? Good performance, good value, but the real difference is that aesthetic. And it's a little bit strange to me because when people buy Alienware products, my impression is that people don't just buy it for the way that it looks. Like it does have a neat aesthetic, right? But people purchase Alienware products because of the build quality and the other factors that go into making an Alienware device an Alienware device. This has the look, it really does, but I don't know. To me, this is, I like it, and if you've ever wanted an Alienware product with this kind of performance, but you didn't want to pay that kind of money, like Alienware money for it, then this is perfect for you. But I think for most people that are even buying an Alienware product, they would just buy an Alienware product, not this. But what do you think? Like when you look at this, it's a good product with great performance, but it's not an Alienware. Now, part of me thinks that maybe they shouldn't have gone down this route. Like maybe they should have just waited until they could make their own custom look that was their own design, right? Instead of something that was akin to a pre-existing brand. But I'm sure there's tons of people that will actually like this. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. See you guys next time.